Denver 7 On Demand is brought to you by Ferguson and BAC Appliance Center, the best in bath, kitchen, and lighting for your home.
Good evening. I'm Ann Trujillo with the latest from Denver 7. We all want to protect our children from the worst parts of life. And as parents, we all want to believe that we're the ones who can help and make things better. But kids might not always be comfortable going to their parents for help. That's the idea behind a bill making the rounds. If it passes, it would let children as young as 12 seek counseling without their parents' permission or knowledge. Denver 7's Russell Haythorne goes 360.
Their stories are all tragic and heartbreaking. 17-year-old Nick Bales was popular and good-looking, but fighting a dark internal battle with depression and anxiety.
And what Nick said in his suicide note, he was scared of his parents' reactions.
Olivia Ortega was bullied and at just 13 years old ended her own life. Colorado has the third highest rate of suicide in the nation for ages 10 to 14.
Well, we are seeing unprecedented depression and anxiety in middle school.
So in an effort to curb the crisis, lawmakers are considering a new bill that would allow kids as young as 12 to meet with a psychologist without notifying their parents.
There shouldn't be a barrier that's limiting their access and ability to go and get that support.
Teens say this could open the door to more help.
Everyone needs an adult support, but we need a safe support.
He wanted help, but could not get it.
High school senior Raya Hollis says it's the only way her brother is still alive today.
Because he was 13 at the time, he wasn't able to do that himself. So it's something that needs to change.
And many experts agree, saying it's often difficult for kids to approach serious subjects like depression and suicide with their parents.
If we know that isolation and stress is overwhelming, then we need to rethink what are the causes of that.
But there are concerns with this proposal, starting with parents who say taking parents out of the equation overrides parental rights, further isolates children, and worse, leads kids to believe their parents don't care.
This is the wrong way to proceed with this.
And that trust in their relationship with their mom or their dad or their family to have that unit together, if that trust is not established, if we save them in the moment, but we don't save them in the long run, we haven't done what we need to do for our children.
And then there's the funding. Children would access these psychotherapists through their school. But how will the state pay for a psychologist in every school?
But if you're bringing in licensed, trained psychologists, psychiatrists, they don't work for free.
Susan Marine says we must find a way. She not only lost a daughter to suicide, but a son as well.
He killed himself less than a day after he got out of the hospital.
The psychotherapy sessions would not cut out parents entirely. The bill states that after 3 therapy sessions, a psychologist could notify the parents if the expert feels it's appropriate or necessary. These teens say it might not be a fail-safe, but it's a start.
My parents are very supportive. I love them dearly, but maybe if another adult said, yes, this is going on and this is possible, they can get that complete picture.
Russell Haythorne, Denver 7.
And listen, if you're struggling, please reach out to someone. The National Suicide Prevention Hotline is always ready to take your call, and the number you see right there on your screen. And we want to hear from you. Should children be allowed to see therapists without their parents' permission? If you approve, would you be willing to pay more in taxes? We'd like to hear from you. Email us at 360@thedenverchannel.com. A bill to ban red light cameras in Colorado has stalled out yet again. This is the 4th time lawmakers have attempted to get the ban on the books. One year, the bill made it all the way to the governor's desk before being vetoed. This time, couldn't even make it out of committee. Keeping your car tags updated, it's a law, right? But is it really a serious enough crime to warrant a half dozen tickets in a week's time? A viewer certainly didn't think so and tells Contact 7's Lance Hernandez he and his wife are being targeted.
If we don't pay them, they're going to tow our vehicle. Guess what happens then? We lose our home. So, I mean...
Brian Williams says he and his wife moved into this RV after losing their life savings. They purchased a used Jeep and paid to have it converted into a rock crawler.
You know, we were ripped off and it took all our money.
This is a bed and a couch combined.
They can't afford to pay rent, so they parked their RV on Beeler Street. They got a ticket for parking in a fire lane and decided to fight it.
I took pictures of everything, proving that there were no parking fire lane signs, no red curb. I read the ordinances.
And then this officer that wrote that first ticket went on some type of crusade And every day for 5 days straight, we've got 2 tickets every day.
Denver police say they sympathize with the couple and are not targeting them. I asked why so many tickets. A department spokeswoman said they've received many complaints about vehicles illegally parked on Beeler. She said they initially issued warnings and then started issuing tickets. Miss Hurlbut gets emotional thinking about their situation, just 2 blocks away from a sea of $500,000 homes. She says they can't afford to live in what Colorado has become.
This is my home, and I can't say it is anymore.
Colorado.
I can't. I grew up here. I was proud to say I lived here. I'm not anymore.
Lance Hernandez, Denver 7.
And anytime you have an issue you need help looking into, give us a call at the number on your screen. You can also email us at contact7@thedenverchannel.com. We go through every request that we receive. When Colorado expanded Medicaid coverage under Obamacare, the theory was that this would be good for everyone. More people would be insured and taken care of, and costs would go down for those who already had insurance. Well, a new report finds only that first scenario became a reality. The other half could have if hospitals had handled the money differently. A state finance study shows that Colorado hospital costs grew nearly 59% from 2009 to 2017. At the same time, the report finds hospitals were being paid handsomely, savings that could have been passed on to patients had it not been spent on construction or acquiring new practices. The study also notes those new hospitals often go up in areas like Boulder, where incomes are high, but the demand for more health options is low. All right, now from the First Alert Weather Center, here is Mike Nelson with a look at your forecast.
And it stays quiet for the next 12 to 18 hours, but snow starts to move into Colorado in the afternoon on Thursday into Friday. Heavy in the mountains with a foot or more of snow. I think on Friday evening we get 1 to 3 Denver and across the Northeast Plains. And then this storm turns into a monster once it moves to the east of us with blizzard conditions over parts of Nebraska, Kansas, and Iowa. On Saturday, we'll be windy and cold. As far as conditions in the next 7 days, 32 with clouds increasing in advance of that storm on Thursday. Light snow Friday and 32. Clearing but windy and 37 on Saturday. And then conditions start to warm up a little bit. Mostly sunny, 42 on Sunday. Low 50s coming up for Monday and Tuesday.
We will take that warm up. Thank you, Mike. And this has been your Denver 7 On Demand update. Thank you so much for joining us. Check back here later tonight for another update and download the Denver 7 app for breaking news and alerts. I'm Ann Trujillo.